So did you always have a knack for that kind of thing, or is that something you grew into?
Like, I'm blocking for Marshawn Lynch.
Well,
I wouldn't say a knack, but I did. Like, I kind of caught interest in it when I was at Bake Home.
WNBA draft night, was it crazy?
It was definitely crazy.
All right, man. Listen, it ain't no secret. You just got back. You know what I mean? Welcome back. Even though I'm pretty sure you done heard it 1,000 times from 1,000 people, but dog, what I want you to do is as comfortable as you feel going into it. Talk me through that whole bid, because you did 8.5 years, give or take. Mm-hmm. Man, what led up to that? The adjustments you had to make going in there, and then the adjustments you had to make coming out of there back into the free world.
But yeah, I did 8.5 years on an armed robbery charge, man, and like when I was in jail, like it was just a crazy situation being in that situation, coming from college, and I just gotta get my thoughts together real quick, because it's so much I want to say right now. So it's gonna come together, bro. Yeah. It's gonna come together.
I feel that.
It's like, man.
But
because I know how many people about to be watching this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I just want it to be right, but it's gonna come together though.
Let me pitch to you.
Okay.
So why you thinking? So in my mind, and this is somebody from really I ain't never been in that type of trouble. So no disrespect if I romanticize some stuff right here, but the moment that you heard your sentence, right, when they gave you that time, what did that do to you, or did you even see the amount of time coming?
All right. So when I caught this case, boom, I go to jail. Mm-hmm. My bond is $50,000.
Okay. Oof.
So when I get in the holding tank, I don't even call nobody, because I know nobody ain't coming to get me. You know what I'm saying? So I just sit back.
Not your mom, nobody.
No, yeah, I know, because I done burnt all my bridges.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's some self-awareness right there.
Yeah, I done burnt all my bridges, and then it comes to a point to where it's just like, this is what it is. Mm-hmm. I gotta accept this. Mm-hmm. So, but all of this is going in my head, but only 5 minutes pass. You know what I'm saying? Only 5 minutes pass, so I'm thinking like, man, who can I call? And I'm like, man, just the other day I was with Bowie, so I called Bowie on everything. So boom, I'm calling from county jail. Bowie answered the phone like, hello. I'm like, bro, I'm in jail, bro. I need you to come get me. Like, how much is your bond? I don't even want to say it because it's so much.
Ain't nobody got just 50 grand laying around.
I'm like, bro, $50,000. I'm like, but you can get me out with 5. He like, all right, say no more. I'm coming. So I'm like, I hang up the phone. So I call my brother. I'm like, bro, Bowie said he got 5,000. So just keep calling Bell's bonds, and somebody gonna come, because since we got the money. So, whenever I call Bowie back, he like, bro, they said I can't come get you because I don't own no land. And so I'm just like, all right, bro, we got the money. Somebody gonna come. So eventually, boom, we he get my brother get the money, everything, and then I get out. So boom, I don't even hit the back. I don't dress out, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So when I literally caught the armed robbery, went to the holding tank, made one phone call, and I was out.
Same night.
Bro, that's how God worked.
Wowzers.
and it was crazy but I was ready to sit down though.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah.
On everything.
Like,
in my mind, I'm ready to sit down like, yeah. And I know I'm guilty. Mm-hmm. I know they told him, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But, that's how it started. And then boom. So boom, I when I get out, I'm depressed. I lost my scholarship, you know what I'm saying? It was ugly, bro. Yeah. It's one of the ugliest times I ever seen, bro. And it was just like,
at that point in time, though, from the eligibility tip, man, how much more eligibility did you have left?
2 years.
You had 2 years left.
I still have 2 years left.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because I played in JUCO 2 years, and then boom, that was it.
Yeah. Good Lord.
On me.
So what were you in between schools at that time, or you already knew where your next stop was going to be?
I went to Redlands,
for
and
two,
then
right?
I had for 2 years. Well, really for 2.5, because I redshirted my first year.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of little schools on the table like Wiley College, you know, just like little stuff.
NAIAs, yeah.
Like that Baycombe offered me a scholarship, but
sure.
I couldn't go because I had took out loans. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
When I was going through all of that stuff with my coach, I dropped my classes.
Right.
At the end, you know what I'm saying? After I got kicked off the team, I dropped my classes, and then
you didn't even finish the semester.
But my GPA was high because I had the highest GPA on my team.
Okay.
For real.
Let it be known he ain't no dummy.
I had the highest GPA on my team at the time, but I was just, you know, my mind wasn't where it was supposed to be, so I was going, you know, I wasn't doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. So in the midst of all of that, you know, I started getting behind, and then boom, when I got kicked off the team, and even Coach Crumbly on everything, Coach Crumbly didn't want me to go home. Right. He kicked me off the team, and I deserved to be kicked off the team.
Right.
But he knew I wasn't a bad person, so he told me, he said, man, look, I ain't gonna take your scholarship.
Ooh, that's a key there.
I ain't gonna take your scholarship because you so close to graduate.
Yeah.
But in my mind, just being angry and not caring and feeling like I'm higher than what I really am, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got the highest GPA on the team, so I can go to another school.
Yeah.
And I know I can go to a tryout and make it.
That's your ego talking.
You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
It was just like I wasn't appreciative of what God was giving right in front of me. So it was just like boom. Like, and then like from years of just, you know, living wrong and getting away with it, living wrong, getting away with it, and then boom, finally it just catches up with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. Like when my house of cards fell down, it was like it fell down in a way that I could never imagine.
Yeah. And you know, since I really low key, I like how we started because we're gonna be everywhere with it, but we're gonna cover a lot of ground.
Oh,
so you just said something that made me think. Honestly, with the perspective you have now, in hindsight, would you say that you had people in your corner who tried to redirect you, who tried to get in your ear? Because you know, a lot of times people want to say, "Man, I didn't have nobody to do this, that, and the third," but usually that's not true.
And that's not true because like I had a lot of people in my ear telling me to do the right thing, and like. For me, what it was, when I'm around, you know what I'm saying, it was all good. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, do the right thing with you. I'm with coach this, coach that, this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And we doing the right thing. Everything is good. But when I get dropped off back in my environment,
back in your element,
you know what I'm saying? And then it's just me. You know, it's like
that accountability was different.
Yeah, and then I didn't, like, I was young, I was on drugs, you know what I'm saying? I was it was just, my mama was at work all day, so I was just kind of just, you know, figuring it out.
On your own.
On my own, I was figuring it out. On everything, I was really figuring it out.
Speaking of mom, dog, you the baby of 3, right?
Yes.
And all of y'all, it was just y'all 3 and her. Yes. Correct?
Yeah, and we had a stepdad, you know, but he, you know, that's here, you know, and people that know my story with that. But yeah, but my mama was the rock, and that's what it was.
Man, and don't nobody love you like your mama, man. It's like, even when you hard to love, they love you anyway. So when you say you had burned all your bridges, speak to the moment where you knew your mother had enough of you, and that you couldn't lean on that one when you get in the jam.
Like, it was just,
I know it had to be a combination of a bunch of stuff.
I did so much, you know what I'm saying, and just lying, stealing, cheating, you know what I'm saying. And this is real stuff that a lot of people can't admit to. Right. But when I went to jail, I buried all my crosses. I just laid them all down. Yeah. I did this, Mama, I did that. Mama, I'm sorry. This is going on. I just being honest about everything. Yeah. Because it was no more running. And I knew I couldn't continue to live the way that I was living. Yeah. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta make a complete drastic change. Everything has to be different.
Complete 180.
But in the midst of it, I have to remain the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It has to be different, but I have to still be me. Because in a place like prison, it's easy to get deterred and influenced to do the wrong thing if your mind ain't right. Yeah. And before I even did a day in jail, I already knew. I already knew what I was about to do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You already looking at when you get out, looking at the other side.
I already knew what I was about to do. And so like it, and that's just, and it's crazy that we sitting on this couch and it's like people gonna watch this. Man, I was sitting in that cell for 8.5 years and I was like imagining this. I was dreaming about it. I was watching these videos and I was, you know what I'm saying? Because this is the type of stuff I'm into. Mm-hmm. And just to manifest this, and you know, everything, man, happens for a reason. And it's like I went through that and God, man, he protected me. And now, like, I'm about to make an impact in a lot of people that's, you know, not just me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, because if I would have went to the league, yeah, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. Mm-hmm. And that's what my cousin told me. He said, man, what you doing is way more important than, you know, but, and it ain't even, that's not why I'm doing it, but it's just like, you know, I just know that I got something to offer and I got to give it back.
Yeah, and you can't put a price tag on that either. You know what I'm saying? It's more, in a weird way, it's more valuable than had you gone all the way to the top with your basketball talents. You'd have had bread, but that perspective might have come later on.
Exactly.
So, you know, I hear a statement a lot, man, from people who have done time. They'll say stuff like, you only do 2 days, you know, when you go to prison, the day one and then the day you get out. Mm-hmm. I've never known what that meant. Mm-hmm. To that statement, you would say what?
I would say that's hogwash.
Oh, wow. Because, fair enough.
And because I ain't going to use that language.
Yeah.
In other words, because if that's the case, all right, so I go to jail, boom, you get stabbed in the neck on your 3rd day. You didn't do that day?
Say less.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the environment that it was. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And God protected me. I was good. You know what I'm saying? I was honestly.
Right.
But you can be a innocent person and something bad happen to you just because it's that environment. You know what I'm saying?
Victim of a circumstance.
Yeah, so you got to do every day.
Yeah.
You got to be on your P's and Q's every day. Mm-hmm. Because this might be the day that it happened.
Man.
Hey, for real, that's how it was. Like, man, this might be the day that it happened. So
was it difficult for you to stay you and not have to make any changes in order to survive in there?
No,
it wasn't,
because I was already in that lifestyle and I already knew people on the yard and I already knew, you know what I'm saying? So It was just like when I got there, I already knew what it was. I already knew how I needed to handle myself. I already knew I wasn't the toughest person in the world. Yeah. But I already knew that if you play with me, I got to do something to you. Yeah. Like, that's just the environment that it was to make it. And I'd never wanted no problems. But you trying to make it, you trying to survive. Yeah. So you just, you know, that's what it was.
Can you remember what the longest stretch of time was for you while you were in there? The longest stretch that we're like, damn, this feels like a long time. Was it 3 months that felt like forever?
Man, I did probably about 3 to 4 different stints in SEG. You know what I'm saying? Because I was communicating with people. And then I would lose touch because I would go to SEG for like 8 months at a time. And you
break down what SEG is.
SEG is 23-hour lockdown. Sometimes pretty much you be on 24-hour lockdown because if the guard don't come and take you to rec, which is in a little cage, and when you in SEG you can't you gotta cuff up to come out your cell. And it's a little bean hole, so like you on lockdown, you in your celly 23 hours a day. And then boom, it's a little bean hole. So every meal you got is coming through that little bean hole. They open it up, slide your food through there. You and your celly eat, and then that's what it is all day. So if you got a bad celly, you gonna have a bad time. You know what I'm saying? True. So it's just like, that's what SEG is. So it's just like, man. It was a serious situation on me.
And you said you had 3 or 4 different stints of that.
Yeah, 9, 8 months, and I was at Lawton in SEG for 8 months, and then I did like 6 months in SEG over there at Cushing when it fell down at Veneta. Like, and man, bro, and you just imagine being in a cell with somebody you don't. I mean, you might know him because I was fortunate to have good cellies. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
I mean, you must have been pretty good.
Yes, on me, because you got to stand for something. You know, because if you, I ain't going to let you in my cell if you anybody. Yeah. I'm sticking to people I know. Are you from the town? Or who is you? Or you know what I'm saying? You got to be selective.
That makes sense.
Because you in an environment where you can be with a serial killer or somebody that raped 10 kids, or you know what I'm saying. So you have to be aware.
How can you trust for real?
Come on, man. So that's why the key to what I did was I let people get close.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, but not close enough.
Right.
So
Always at arm's distance.
Exactly. We can be cool, but at the same time, I'm in here alone, and I don't need your help. I ain't gonna never come and get you for nothing.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. I ain't gonna never come and get you. So that was the difference between me and a lot of people. A lot of people want them groups because they be scared to do something on their own. So and I'm coming in nothing but, respect. So it's just like
no affiliation needed for you.
Yeah, and yeah, so and that's the thing, like affiliated, like everybody know, if you know my story, you know what it is. We don't have to speak about it, but it's just like all of that type of stuff, man, is just like what you make it.
That's real.
Bro, if I let you dictate my life right now,
yeah.
If you tell me this is what you need to say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, then bro, I gotta dictate what I do, and no matter every decision, everything that I do, I have to dictate. If I'm in jail, if I'm in the world, because it's on me, I have to take accountability for it. So I need to dictate what's going on.
Yeah, and power corrupts, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can't speak about how that environment was behind the wall, but you paint a pretty good picture of what it was like. So I can only imagine if you allow somebody to feel as though they got a hold on you like that, that's gonna be a long time for you, brother.
Bro, and they do it all the time. They come in jail and get the big homie or someone, so you need to do this, you need to do that. And bro, they be so willing to prove themselves that they willing to risk their life for somebody that don't even care about them. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, when I first came to jail, God is so good. Yeah. When I first came to jail, like, I was so angry.
Really?
I was so angry. And I was ready to die. I was ready to, like,
whoa, snap.
I mean that, bro.
Like, before you jump into that, where'd the anger come from? Do you know?
The anger came from just not doing what I was supposed to do and understanding what I should have did.
So you were mad at you?
Yeah.
I got you.
So, like, when you, like, bro, when they told me I had 10 years to do, like, from the first day I knew, like, I already understand the lesson, so I don't need to do the time. You know what I'm saying? But some people can't, bro. Some people ain't as smart as I am.
Yeah, their mind can't go there.
Honestly, bro. To be honest, bro. From the first, like, when I knew I had 10 years, I already understood, like. But I know I gotta go do the time. You know what I'm saying? But I already understand the lesson already.
Yo, how long did it take for you to develop a day-to-day routine? Because I think humans, particularly men, we're creatures of habit. You know what I mean? So I think we thrive in routine when we got our automatics that we're gonna do every day, no matter what, no matter where. You know what I mean? Now, of course, you got some things about our lives that are like random. They come and they go. But certain things you're gonna do every single day. Yeah. Like, how long did it take for you to get into one of those type of grooves?
I say, like, pretty quick, because I've been doing the same thing my whole life. So when I say that, it's playing basketball. Everybody that know Corey Frazier know that I'm gonna be somewhere around the basketball, no matter what the case is. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth of the matter.
Corey Frazier, the lefty, jump out this high off the ground on the jumper. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm gonna dunk on you too.
Yeah, he get one of them off now. He gonna get one of them off.
Like, yeah, that's what it was like on me.
So you got to the rock pretty quickly, huh?
Bro, and I just, like, love the game. You know what I'm saying? That's what pretty much, yeah, that's what it was. That's where I started at, like, basketball. If you know me, I'm gonna be around the basketball. So
during all that downtime, because you talking about that 23-hour lockdown, what all can you do with yourself in that amount of time before you run out of things to do?
Workout.
Yeah.
Think. And that's the thing. That's where I was going with it, bro. I lost my train of thought, but I was blessed because I was lost coming in young. I was lost. You know what I'm saying? And I was angry. So that's where I was going.
Lethal combination.
Boom. One of my older homies, you know what I'm saying, that had got a life sentence. He seen me, you know what I'm saying? It was like, and they like people was telling them like, oh, that's so and so, you know what I'm saying? And he seen me, and then I'm on the court and whatnot, and he just kind of pulled me by my coattails, you know what I'm saying? Just like, hey, bro, like, look, I got life. Well, how much time you got? I'm like, I got 10 years. This one I'm fresh in. He like, bro, that ain't nothing, bro. I've been gone 19 years. He had been gone 19 at the time. And he was just like, bro, look, you ain't none of these dudes, little homies. You ain't none of these, bro, do your own thing. You know how to rock. You know how to move, bro. Do your own thing, bro, for real. And I was already on that anyway. So when he told me that gave me all the confirmation that I needed, because in prison it's rank. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. Because like it's people on the yard that can make a phone call and shut the whole prison system down, honestly. It's people like that, like for real. But it's just like, yeah. Man, yeah, that like it's just something that I learned from, and I used it to, because I already knew what I was gonna do. A lot of people, and that's the thing, a lot of people don't know what they gonna do, bro.
When on the way in or on the way out.
Period. Ever.
That's
ever,
fair.
bro. Ever. A lot of people never know what they gonna do, but I knew that I had a purpose. I can share what I learned in this penitentiary, and I can share what I learned in college to these young people that's coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And they can take what I know and run with it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know everything. That's why I brought people like you. People like Ed Daniels. People like, you know what I'm saying? Peoples that are qualified.
Got some different experience.
And I'm qualified whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
But, you know, I wouldn't be sitting on this couch with you if I wasn't.
Yes. That's right. Because I probably wouldn't hit you up. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. My man that gave you that bit of game, that gave you that confirmation. You may have said it and maybe I missed it, but did you know him prior to him coming to you?
I knew his cousins and family.
So you kind of love him.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna say a whole bunch of names on this thing, but
wouldn't even ask you to,
because the names is gonna ring bells. He's somebody very important, and it was just like hearing him say it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, like don't take no orders from nobody. You do your own thing, and it's just like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing then on me, and I know who I am.
True.
I'm a basketball player. You know, I'm solid. I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? Just as far as just me, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just be me.
Yeah.
And whoever don't accept it, you know.
That's true. You know. I guess I'm gearing up to ask. I would think somebody in a position like yours, with a background like yours at this point, you probably got a third eye that's pretty sharp in terms of being able to, you know, feel if somebody's being genuine or not.
Yes.
Because I could see how, not saying you are, but I could see how somebody in your position would be super guarded right now. Were you not that way when he came up on you?
I mean, nah.
You heard him out regardless?
Yeah, because I knew who I was dealing with.
All right.
Because in prison, you already gonna know who on the yard. You gonna know who is who and what's what.
I feel that.
So him walking up to me let me know that, okay, you see some of me, because you ain't just anybody. You like, he was one of them people that can make a phone call, and you know what I'm saying?
He was one of those
guys.
Got you.
So, and still right now, till to this day, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when he gave me that, but even in my mindset, even if he would have said, Corey, you gonna do what I tell you to do.
Yeah.
I'd probably be dead right now, because he'd have to kill me.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going. No.
He's gonna be you.
I'm gonna have to be me. Accept the results.
How long did it take before you started being able to contact some people from the outside world, like your mom, your brother, your sister, your immediates?
Okay, so I went to A&R's in Lexington, and
Kentucky or Oklahoma?
No, and A&R is in Lexington, Oklahoma, but that's like assessment and resource center.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody in the state of Oklahoma who goes to prison has to go to A&R unless you go to the feds, and that's somewhere different. But the state prison, you go to A&R. So boom, I get to A&R, then I get to Oklahoma County. Overflow. That's one of the worst places you can be. So I was in Oklahoma County Overflow for 15 months.
Jesus Christ.
Starting off. So And there ain't no cell phones and ain't nothing. So that first 15 months, but everybody talking about like, man, when you go to a yard, bro, it's gonna be cool, bro. When you go to a yard, it's gonna be cool, bro. Just get to a yard.
Yeah.
They doing this, they doing that, but we on lockdown all day in Oklahoma County fighting, and you know what I'm saying? It's ugly.
It's getting nasty.
So when I get to a yard, it just got better. You know what I'm saying? But I already knew what I was trying to be and who I was trying to be. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that in your mind and you pushing through the, you know what I'm saying? It's easier.
Yeah.
It's way easier, bro, because
you was in your head a lot then.
Bro, it's easier, bro, because I already know what I'm about to do. I already know who I am, and you can't touch me. You know what I'm saying? I already know. What you got to say? who you like? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that,
bro. You can't tell me nothing because and it had to be that way because it's so much bull crap in the world.
Yeah.
Listen, I listen to good advice, and I can see through somebody in a second.
Yeah, that's being full of it
because that's how it has to be.
Yeah.
Because I need to be able to look at you and know. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to look at me and know. And I'm coming correct. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm approaching it every time. And in jail, you meet so many bull crap people.
Yeah.
So it's just like when I walk in and I look in your eyes, you're going to be able to look in his eyes and tell like, okay, he on this, he on that, or he do this, he do that, or he ain't.
No matter what he's saying.
I'm watching you. You know what I'm saying? That's really what that has to be. And people play a good role. Yeah. So sometimes they might get over on you. But for the most part, you know, that's how it got to be.
Man, I said 15 months in my mind. Well, compared to 8 years, that's nothing. But in my mind, 15 months is a long time, though.
It is. It was, bro.
That's like a year and a quarter.
And I never accepted it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, I'm getting out early. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's the mind games that you playing with yourself. But after a while, it's just like,
I'm here.
I'm here.
Okay, so I'm thinking about the bridges. That's what prompted me to ask that question about being able to talk to your people. You know, I would imagine folks were there for you, and then maybe some folks weren't as there for you as you thought they would be. But you know, the sum of all of it, I would say everybody got life that they got to keep living, even though you behind the wall.
Yes.
So in my mind, you all you had to lean on was mama, brother, and your sister. You know what I mean? Was there any truth to that?
Yes. Like, everybody, you know, other than probably about 2 or 3 friends, you know what I'm saying, stop answering for me, all that stuff. But, like, I never, because life goes on, and I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, people I love and people I care about, you know, I'm going to go the extra mile for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what a relationship is about. You know, and, yeah, so my main thing was, like, I just needed people to keep their word. Like,
right.
I never, like, it was never, like, me calling you and then you not answering the phone and then I get mad at you.
I get you. Yeah.
No, it's me calling you and then you answering the phone and then you telling me you gonna do something and then not doing it.
Yeah.
That's the, you know what I'm saying?
That's the issue.
Because you didn't have to do that.
Right. It's like you voluntarily lied to me.
Why?
I feel you.
And then me, like, this is the thing. You got people that, all right, so you got 1 million people in prison. And then you got all of them calling their people and getting empty promises.
Yeah.
So just imagine the people that's in prison trying to make money. Because prison is a business.
Yeah.
So I'm making money in prison. And say, for instance, you owe me some money. And then you call your people like, can you give me $20? I owe my friend. Yeah, I got you. Call me at 6 o'clock. And then you tell me I'm gonna have your money at 6 o'clock.
Oh, I see what this
is. And then
you know that come around.
And then you call your people. And then, but that ain't your fault. It is your fault because it's you owe the money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if your people would have just been honest with you, now I'm about to have to do something to you. And this is jail, so when you ain't got the money, you probably gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Unless you can fight or you know what I'm saying, but
it's gonna be a situation.
It's gonna be a situation, you know. So it's just like, why not? And that's what. But I already knew better than that because, like I said, you got to use your brain. So I never put myself in that position to need somebody. I'll play the game, though. I'll let you think I needed it.
There you go.
On me, I let you think I needed it, but in reality, I probably knew you already wasn't gonna come through anyway. So I was playing 4B, 3,
B, C, and D.
Yes, come on.
I feel you.
On
All right,
everything.
but you know, I'm glad you said that part because, like, you just added a whole lot of depth as to why your words should matter.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because like, if you can, like, what good are you if can't nobody depend on you? I heard T.I. say that, and I was like, yo, that's a bar.
Man,
That's a bar. And some other stuff, man. Kobe had said some years ago that spoke to what you're talking about. He was like, man, when you get internally motivated like that, to where nobody can really stop this train right here, because you don't know what's fueling me. It's not because you were talking noise to me. That ain't what's getting me going. You know what I'm saying? It ain't because of something you didn't do. Nah, there's nothing you can do with me right now, because I'm driven by something totally different. And I thought that was dope. And it sounds like you were able to keep everything on point, keep yourself sane early in your stint throughout. And to me, that sounds difficult as hell, because 8 years, man, I learned my lesson as soon as you told me you did 8 years.
on me, and I was lost in the beginning, and it's funny because, it's like I was lost, but I knew what I wanted to be, but I didn't have the strength yet to embrace it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the strength to embrace just doing the right thing and being a good person and having integrity about myself. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the strength to do that because I still cared about what people thought.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But once I just like, man, these people ain't even answering the phone for me.
What do they matter, right?
These people ain't even answering the phone for me. So like, but I know for a fact, because it's just me and God right now. If I do the right thing, live my life right, you know what I'm saying, and just stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? Just do what I'm supposed to do. Stick to the script. God gonna give me everything I want.
Straight up.
And I listen. It's so like for real, and like I'm surprised I ain't getting emotional right now. And it's but
yeah,
the emotion has already been because it's just like I'm just so thankful. You know what I'm saying? That at the trajectory that my life is going in.
Yeah.
And I know why. Because I'm doing the right thing. I'm keeping my word. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm around other people's kids that don't have fathers, trying to do something for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I'm just trying to be a good person and put out positive energy. And when you do that, the universe is going to put out positive energy for you. I've been out, what's today?
Today is August the 14th.
August the 14th. I got out July 10th. And you couldn't have told me I was going to be right here on this couch this quick.
Right.
I knew it was a possibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of our relationship. And I know that, like, if I came home and did something right, it would have been an interesting story, you know, just with the going to jail and all of that type of stuff. But forget the going to jail, but just what are you doing now?
That's the key.
That's the key. So that was the biggest thing for me. I knew I didn't want to, when I thought about it, like, man, what's your legacy going to be when they think about Corey Frazier?
Yeah, man.
On me. And at the time when I'm sitting in a penitentiary, like, that's what it was so scary, because if I would have got killed in prison.
Yeah. That'd have been the last thing anybody remembered.
What?
He was in prison.
Dead.
Like, damn,
piece of crap person.
Right. And it's a dang shame what he could have been.
And there's so many people that if you bring up my name right now, they gonna talk so bad about me, but they gonna say how talented I was or whatever the case may be. But it's just like, I didn't want to be remembered like that.
Yeah.
Period. So how do you get remembered for something else?
That's true.
And it was a process.
Yeah. But I think what's big though, and you may agree with this or not, but you got home and you immediately got busy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now you already starting the next chapter. So somebody else, even me knowing you, I got something else that I can think about outside of your prison stint in just a month's time. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I know this is just the beginning.
Oh man, it is just the beginning. But that's why I say it's the process.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know the process behind that. Camp was cool, but all right, so it's 2023. Let's go back to 2018.
All right, 5 years back.
This is 2018. I want to say I was at Cushing, and I had just got out of SEG. I wanted to I'm coming up with ideas like, man, I own a gym, you know what I'm saying? I want to do this, I want to do that. But like being in jail around a bunch of dreamers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It can kill your vibe because it's just like, man, you ain't gonna never do that.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah.
telling me that.
Yes, right.
So when I used to call people and talk about my dreams, you know, some people blew me off, some people listened.
Yeah.
But one thing about smart people, they know when somebody is serious a lot of times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you know somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like all of the people was blowing me off, and it just, man, it was just like I had to stay solid, you know what I'm saying? It was just like
You had to stay committed to your own vision.
to what I believed in, and it was just like y'all picking up the phone, you, Coach Brown, Ed, like me and Ed working with Jermaine on there every day, but I used to call him every morning when I was in prison and just talk to him about the ideas that I had, and
Always available.
always available. That's why he got a spot that can't nobody ever replace it, because it's just like he kept my spirits up,
Yeah.
and it meant a lot. Even you, when I reached out to you, you got back with me. Coach Brown, they got you know what I'm saying? That means so much.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking that too, even like, because you know, a lot of times when that phone ringing is from the messenger, a lot of times it's like, man, hold up, man, I ain't answering the DM call. But when I saw whose name it was, I said, okay, yeah, I should answer this right here.
And even Gabe Lynn, like, and I promise,
Gabe
like,
Lynn. Shout
I
out to
remember,
Gabe.
I remember, I wrote my
You talking about your
mission,
grant?
I wrote my mission statement for my nonprofit.
Okay.
So, boom, I read it, and I'm like, man, that kind of sound legit. You know what I'm saying? For real, like,
You
and
impressed
I'm
yourself.
in jail. I'm just sitting there. I'm in the cell. I wrote it. I'm like, man, that kind of sound legit. So, boom, I bounced it off of a couple of inmates around me, a couple of the homies. You know what I'm saying? So, when I read it to him, you know what I'm saying, I didn't get nothing but positive feedback, and everybody was engaged and interested.
Yeah.
And this is like in an environment where people ain't worried about basketball. So I'm like, dang, this kind of got them interested. Like, okay, I might got something. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Then I read it to Ed. Then I read it to, you know what I'm saying? So Ed did this. He said, okay, I like that, but watch what I do with it. So boom, he took some of the stuff that I said and took what he said, and we collabed.
Yeah.
And then when he sent the copy back, it was pretty much what I said, but he added to it, and it just sounded so much more professional.
Yeah. Put a little glare on it.
Exactly. So boom, once I had that, I'm like, yeah, it's over with. So boom, when I hit Coach Brown up, I hit all my heavy hitters up.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact, and like the relationships that we have built, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it wasn't for no reason.
Right.
And God has put y'all in positions to, do things that other people can't do.
True. That's right, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I just like being able to help folks, dog. And so for you to say that I played any role in being able to help you, that's gratifying to me, because somebody helped me, and we all need to be given a break every now and again. And I don't think that'll ever not be true. Even if I'm doing great, if you're doing great 10 years from now, you may need somebody to do something, even if it's small, like make a call on your behalf, or your name comes up in a conversation behind the scenes, and you have no idea about. Somebody just brought your name up, and then somebody said some good stuff about you, and that could spring you into another situation. Another opportunity could come from that. I think that's important, man. But that means you must have done, of all the stuff you did wrong, you must have done enough right by some people.
And that's what I was amazed at, because this is what gave me the fuel to keep going with the Corey Frazier Youth Foundation.
Yeah,
like when I made them calls and the reaction that I got from people. Like when I read that to Coach Brown, I promise, and like even a couple of times when I used to read that, I used to cry.
Yeah.
For real.
That makes sense.
I used to cry because I would be emotional, because like that's how bad I wanted it. And I knew it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of this is cool, but my career over with. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
But I know for a fact that it's the young people coming up, and not only in basketball. That's why I wanted to work on kids' character, because basketball, that's cool.
Yeah.
But
that's just a tool.
Your character, you can get so many more places having good character than you can just playing basketball. So that's very important to me. And what I do is character skills. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just want to instill character in our youth, young black people. You know what I'm saying? People that look like me, people that went through what I went through. And when I was at the camp, like every kid that was there, you know what I'm saying, like was from the same place I was from, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I was saying, they could relate to. They looked at me and they understood. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was cool that I was able to, you know, speak. And that's why I wanted to do it, because it's like I'm relatable to kids.
Yeah.
Because I was once that, you know what I'm saying, not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? I understood why I didn't make it.
Yeah. Man, I got the last question as it relates to your prison stint. Man, when you started to see the finish line, and I don't know when that was for you, but let's just say if it was January of this year, you know that before the end of this calendar year, you're gonna be a free man. Man, what does that do to your spirit? Are you getting antsy? Are you starting to get a little anxious? Are you starting to get nervous? I mean, what you going through going down that home stretch?
Okay, down the home stretch.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna talk about some. All right, so I was at Just Done in Taft.
Okay.
Then I went to Sarah out there off of I-40. Then I get into it with my case manager, and I'm just it's a reason why I'm telling you this stuff. All right, so I get into it with my case manager, and then boom, I go to SEG for 5 months, one of those stints. Boom, I go to Connors, and when I get to Connors, I have like 69 or I got like 73 days or something like that. I got like 73 days. Boom, I get to Connors. I got 73 days left. Everybody knows that Connors is a gladiator school. You know what I'm saying? You get killed at that place. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna fall down. It's gonna be knives everywhere. It's gonna be one of them environments. You know, it's gangland, like for real. So,
heavy.
Boom, I get to Connors. I got 73 days left. So one of my homeboys that was in SEG with me, he over there. So boom, I get over there. So boom, we link up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he about to get out on me. He about to get out. He's still locked up. He about to get out. But boom, we get to Connors. Then we become celly. So he had a little bit of time. I had a little bit of time. Our next door neighbor, 51 days of me going home, he ended up getting killed. So literally, bro, and this is a dude that we mess with though, like literally before he went to the chow hall, we chilling, you know,
just hanging out.
You know, just hanging out, listening to music, you know what I'm saying, just chilling. And he hoop with us every day. He played with high energy. He could shoot.
Yeah.
From Dun G out the city on everything.
Yeah, that's been so long.
For real, bro. And everybody know him on me. R.I.P. the homie YG on everything. So he stopped gang banging. He started doing everything right.
Turn everything
around. And I swear on everything. God can kill me if I'm lying right now. The day he dies, he has TD Jake's book on his bed. I grab the book. I say, I'm like, dang, YG really on something. But he don't see me looking at the book. I'm like, dang, YG, he really on something different. So I put the book back on his bed. Boom. He go to chow. He ain't knowing that the Bloods is tripping with the neighborhoods. He ain't knowing that. This is just the environment that I'm in. He's not knowing that. So he's eating his food. They come up and stab him in the side like 3-4 times and kill him on everything. And like we just together. Like honestly, like if you leave right now, bro, and go die, that's what it was. Man. And it was crazy, bro. And I hate that, like I say, R.I.P. the homie, but it was just like that could have been me.
Yeah.
And it's been so many situations like that. That's why I just want to share my story and give back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's too easy to squander away your talent or get killed on some bull crap. Or look, you know, because it's too easy to fall victim, bro. It's too easy.
And this is when you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You got 73
bro,
days left.
Yeah, when he got killed, I had 51 days left. He got killed. Boom, they locked the whole state down. They locked the whole state down. We was on lockdown for like, I want to say like 8 days or something, not coming up. And then they shipped us to Holdenville. So we get shipped to Holdenville. We on lockdown for like, they ship everybody who in the system, you know what I'm saying, supposedly doing something, you know what I'm saying, because and let's be honest, like, everybody know my past, everybody knows, so I went to prison for a reason, you know what I'm saying, and we gonna be honest about it, and once people start being honest about stuff and keeping it real, that's when you can start making a difference, because if we try to, like, hide the reason why I went to prison or what, then it ain't gonna be addressed.
Yeah.
So it has to be addressed, what happened, why it happened, you know what I'm saying, and I understand everything about, like, why I did it. I knew I wasn't no bad person. I knew I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. I knew you know what I'm saying? So I was just in a bad position, but I just want, like, people to know when they come in contact with me, like, I'm doing this for a reason and from a place of experience. I've experienced so much stuff that a young black person is going to experience, that why not? And, like, I'm doing it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to really just share my story and just give back. Like, I ain't tripping, because money is going to come when it's going to go. But at the end of the day, if somebody, like, man, your story, man, helped me out with you, or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, you know?
One thing I do appreciate about you is, you know, talking to you throughout the last year. I think about a year ago is when you first made contact with me. But, you know, even through those months, you getting the camp together, you getting the foundation together, now you out. And your attitude has been on point, in my opinion. Meaning, you haven't taken it as personally when whatever your first plan was falls through. Or somebody you were expecting to be able to lean on, all of a sudden you couldn't for whatever reason. Like, where other people may get bitter, you were just like, okay, cool. Oh, okay, you can't make it. Okay, well, cool. We're going to do this. I'm like, all right, you got a grasp of it. It don't seem personal to you. That's how I know your spirit is where it need to be.
Because it's not. Because this is what I knew about that camp. I know people so busy, man. You got a lot going on. Coach Brown got a lot going on. Coach Harris said, everybody got a lot going on. So, but this is the thing that I knew. I know I done lived enough life and did enough basketball stuff to where I could have stood up there for 10 hours and talked. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
On your own.
And when we get in on the court, I know enough to make it a competitive environment.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and I know that my friends are doing it at the highest level. So, if I can get them to come, then really, like, I don't have to. It's crazy because I bring something different to the table. Yeah. And they bring the basketball expertise to the table. Corey Bilberry. You know what I'm saying?
That's the name.
Like, being there, watching him work with them kids, you know what I'm saying? It was amazing. Ed Daniels. Like, and then myself, you know what I'm saying? We all bring something different to the table. So it's just like, it's great. And that something like this have never been done. Like, in the town anyway, for free. For free?
Come on now.
Who did it? Now, John Starks did. Kudos to John Starks. But we didn't learn nothing about no character skills. We didn't learn nothing about nothing. We came, we hooped, we got our sack lunch, and it was free. Thank you. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. But if we continue to do that, it's going to continue to be the same thing. So that's why it was so important for me to make it about character. Yeah, we sat for an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours every day and just talked. And the kids was bored. But they heard from real pro athletes about real life situations. And they probably wasn't bored because the stories were interesting. Yeah. But they got to hear it.
Yeah. And you know, just because they don't like it don't necessarily mean it's the wrong thing. That's what I learned about being in the kid business. You know what I mean? Because kids, they like what they like and they don't like what they don't like. And anytime there's going to be some resistance, they're going to steer away from that. But that's what they need, though. They need that resistance sometimes. Okay. Your first day out. Before we get into the Corey Frazier Youth Foundation, your first day out, man. What did that day look like? What'd you do? First stop, first meal, first everything. What'd you do?
First day out. All right, so they strained me up at the front of the prison. I was supposed to get out in the morning, bro. And I had told my cellie the night before, I said, man, if they don't got me out of here by 10 o'clock, I ain't going back in the cell. Like, on everything.
You straight up.
And so the next morning, you know what I'm saying? So whenever it's 10 o'clock roll around. I ain't leaving yet. Everybody, in prison, I'm around people that got life that ain't never going home. So they happy to see me going
They're
home.
really rooting for you.
And they know I got a plan, and they know I'm not the average person. So they was happy, you know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's just
dope.
like, man, I'm sitting there at 10 o'clock. They like, man, bro, you want us to turn it up? I'm like, nah,
Please
bro.
don't. Please don't.
On me,
And then you really
please
ain't
don't.
leaving.
On everything. So, anyway, so boom, 10 o'clock rolling. They don't put me. They don't take me out. I'm like, man, I ain't going back in the cell. So they take me to the cage.
This 10 a.m.
Bro, this is 10 a.m. the
Okay.
day I'm supposed to be getting out, bro.
Gotcha.
I'm supposed to be out already. So I'm in the cage. Then finally around like noon, I was in the cage for 2 hours, bro. The cage is big as you can't even stand up in the cage. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, but I already knew why that was happening.
Yeah.
God wanted to give me a bad taste to, like,
Remember
you
this.
talked about all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go execute it? Are you going to keep your word? Are you going to keep the words, like, that we had when we were just me and you when you was praying to me? Are you going to keep that same energy? Are you going to keep your intentions pure? Are you going to, like, that's the whole thing with me, like, man, just trying to keep everything pure and the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, when it was so easy to redirect when people flaked out on me. You know what I'm saying? Like when people, like you say, like, I really kept a good attitude when stuff changed.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing, stuff changing don't got nothing to do with them kids.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Bro.
That's the one constant.
Stuff changing don't got nothing to do with them kids. So if stuff changed and then I got an attitude because this didn't go my way because of higher ups, and then I come in the gym with a bad spirit, then
That's gonna be felt
Then we
immediately.
wasting our time.
That's true. True.
Bro, I don't care about nothing other than my story getting out to somebody who need to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the other stuff and
All the
y'all
red tape.
handle that.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be doing this over here.
Right.
For real.
I love it, man. And I could tell. First meal.
Sonic.
Straight up.
I ate 2 bites of the burger. I couldn't even eat it.
Really?
Because I was just so ready.
Yeah.
And I knew I only had 3 weeks to get this camp done. That's where my mom was at.
You was locked all the way in.
Bro, the camp, bro, when I called you and Coach Brown, I said, man, what dates?
Yeah.
What dates? I said, I have to have definite dates
Mm-hmm.
so we can plan around it. And I need to know, are the players going to be able to be there?
That's right.
So, boom, the dates that we came up with. And how did you get to that? Like, dang, definite dates. That's smart. It sounds simple, but a lot of people don't even go that far to get a definite date of an event.
Nah, we'll say something like this. Oh, it's gonna be like somewhere in this week. Nah, you
On
gotta nail it
everything.
down.
And Ed, that's what Ed told me. He said, bro, you need to get a definite date. And that's like every idea I had, I bounced off of him, and he coached me in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just
That's
like,
dope.
and even Coach Brown, boom, even you.
Mm-hmm.
I threw all my ideas off of everybody who I knew that was important. Some that wasn't important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you can learn from them too.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But it was just like, I needed good feedback for people that was in the field.
Yeah. That's key.
So, am I in touch with what's going on? Is my thoughts really what's going on out there? You know what I'm saying? I'm in the cell, so I could have called you like, hey, bro, man, this, that, and the other is going on with you. And you could have looked at the phone like, man, this dude is crazy.
You're like, hold on, brother. You 8 years too late.
Or you could have looked at the phone and said, wow, that's really true.
Yeah.
Or that makes sense.
Mhm.
And that was the response that I was getting from people.
Yeah.
So that gave me the hunger to, okay, I got to keep going. Because I do got something to offer these people. I do. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got to keep going. That's really what fueled me. And then, like, talking to people, like, and then seeing my friends, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm in jail, bro. I was living through my friends. All right, so, and cousins. All right, so Robert Crawford playing overseas in all them different countries.
My dog right there.
Ed doing what he was doing. Seeing Corey doing. I was in jail, and then I was watching Corey play against Buddy Hield in the tournament. And I was telling people like yeah, I used to play against him with the, and you know, in jail people will tell you anything. Yeah. But it's just like me seeing how far the people that I knew went, and then on top of that like that's cool, but seeing how much love they had for me.
Yeah.
that was the unique part.
They gave it was right there as soon as you touched down.
And
as soon as it was camp time.
I didn't ask nobody for nothing.
Right.
That was the whole point of it. Because I'm going to put in my own work. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to invest my own money. I'm going to do all of that stuff myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to ask you to show up with your time. Or something like that.
That's the key.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Or I need you to do this. Like Coach Brown. He didn't show up to the camp.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Coach Brown, I didn't ask you to show up to the camp. I asked you to get a couple of players to show up to the camp. We gonna have a staff there.
There you go.
So what did Coach Brown do? Coach Brown had some of his young best players show up to the camp.
Yeah.
That's all I can ask. I was so thrilled with that. I could only be thankful. Mm-hmm. That's the way I'm looking at it, from the bright side of everything. Yeah. Because where I just came from,
it don't get no darker than that,
bro. And like I ain't in jail no more. So you threw a monkey wrench in the game. Well, I can do something different. Well, this place got canceled. Oh, I can do something different. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I will say, like, about the camp. Everybody seen the flyer. It was supposed to be at Central. Like, I wanted to do that because we all have ties to Central.
Yeah. We
all love Central because, you know, my mom went to Central. I mean, a lot of your people went to Central.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just generations of Central.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like,
that's the home front.
That's the home front.
Yeah.
And then when you walk in the gym, whose face do you see? Yours. DJ Birmingham. Wayne Jackson. Like, these is people that I love and people that you know what I'm saying? So, boom. I only played at Central 1 year due to technical difficulties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
We'll get into that in a minute because that's a very important part of the story. But I only played at Central 1 year. And then I had a real good season. You know what I'm saying? And just it meant something. But I've been living in that neighborhood my whole life.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
literally down the street.
My whole life. So it's just like, yeah, I didn't go to Central all 4 years. No, my name ain't in the record books and all of that. But I guarantee you everybody that came through there place in the last 25 years, you know what I'm saying, either heard of me or know me or I done seen them because that's my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, like, it's sentimental value to that place. That's why I wanted to do it there. You know what I'm saying? And I understand a lot of people were skeptical, like, Corey this, how is he gonna come out? Is he gonna he got all these tattoos, is he doing, and that, like,
that's real life.
And my cousin be telling me, like, man, put on the shirt. I'd be like, Marquise,
I gotta be you, brother.
Bro, if they don't accept me how I am, bro, I don't need to be around them. Because if I can't just be me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do got tattoos, and I made a lot of mistakes, but that don't define me. And if you think it does, you are crazy.
You don't really know you do that.
And you have a problem.
Straight up.
From just looking at somebody and trying to put them in a box off of their appearance. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, and I love when people do that because I'm going to surprise them every time. And I'm going to move in the right way. So when you in the right, the forces behind the scenes is going to be with you. Because look, bro, look how much bull crap they try to do. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. And we ain't going to get too deep into it, but kept a good attitude. Let the roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And I left it up to God.
Yeah.
I promise, bro.
You kept the main thing. That was the key. That at least that's the vibe I got from every conversation with you. Like, you never would discourage. Now I don't want to act like you're not human.
I couldn't.
Maybe you had. I don't know if you had some moments where you were on your own, but between
I was, bro.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit. I wanted to stop calling y'all. I wanted to do all of that.
Yeah.
But I had it. And Nipsey Hussle said it so greatly. I promise. He said, "Man, it'll be easier to finish than turn around and quit."
That's a fact.
So
you come this
with
far.
that mindset, like, I had did so much, and I knew it. The only thing that it was gonna take me to complete my goal was a couple of yeses and a couple of dollars.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had did all the rest of the part, and
real heavy lifting. Exactly.
So, and once everything was complete, I'm like, and it would be times where it'd be like, man, the devil would be like, man, who gonna listen to you? But I'm so I play mind games, and I'm so strong up here that it's just like, come on, devil. This is me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Me.
that's how I feel, bro. And that's how I be, like, that's how it gotta be. Because if you don't feel that way, or have that that drive, or, because, bro, if I'd have called you like, man, bro, and then they doing this, and like, come on, bro, be serious.
That'd have been a tough listen.
And like, are you serious? Like, but that would have been a hang up call. You know what I'm saying? But it was just like, and it wasn't no front. That's how I was really feeling. Like, man, that this is about to be done, because it went in one of the ugliest moments of my life. Like, and I was putting this nonprofit together and stuff. I was trying to get my 501c3 and all of that stuff. And I was in SEG. Like I said, I did a lot of SEG time.
Yeah.
A couple of fights, you know what I'm saying? Just, trying to survive. But the point of it is, I was in SEG, and then I had already filled out all the paperwork for my 501c3, and I was in a cell by myself, and I was just going through it. Just done got one of the worst SEGs that you can be in. No windows, 24-hour lockdown.
You ain't got no idea what time it is, none of that.
None of that, bro. Yikes. I promise, bro. I promise. So it's ugly. The food is crazy. It's ugly. So I'm there going through it. And like, it's just like, I'm about to get out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going through it. So I'm praying like, man, God, look, I'm on my knees, bro. Like, for real, bro.
I
on
need
my
a little
knees,
more strength.
bro. And I'm like, look, if this is what you want me to do with this foundation, let it work. I never stress about it. I never worry about it. None of that. But if this is what you want me to do, let it work. And that's the whole. That's why it was so easy, bro, to just let it roll off your shoulder. Because even if you missing, you about to miss out. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
And I know God is using me. I know, bro. Listen, I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I done been through the fire. I'm good. I'm good with where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? As far as mentally and everything, like, I'm blessed. I wouldn't change nothing. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people probably look like, he would have. Listen, man, it was just a setback. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here doing what I'm supposed to do now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is with me. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, I'm good. I mean, I'm moving in my purpose. And that's when I was about to, like, wanted to talk about it earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was easy because I understood my purpose.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to be a basketball coach. I knew I wanted to give back to the community. But, okay, this is another thing that I wanted to do too. You have 87,000 Little League coaches. 87,000 Little League coaches. So just imagine, bro, I get out and I'm just another Little League coach. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But, like, that ain't good enough for me.
Yeah. You gotta set
for
yourself
me.
apart. Yeah.
For me, and where my mind was at with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking in my head, like, dang, what can I do? I'm like, okay, man, if I do some basketball camps, you know what I'm saying? Get a couple of guys together, to help me, you know what I'm saying? It'd be something cool because everybody's story is crazy. Everybody's played D1. Everybody did this. Everybody did that. So just with like 4 or 5 guys in there, it's gonna be a good environment. So that's like what I wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? And it just started coming together more and more and more, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like I wanted to do more than just like coach AAU games at the Titan Center.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, bro, because and it's nothing wrong with that, but bro, a lot of them teams don't even have practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, I take it way seriouser than that.
Yeah. You wanted to bring more substance.
And more, all of that, bro. And you can just tell by the event that we just put on. Like, it wasn't that big, but it was structured. The drills we were doing were college level drills. It was a elite event. You know what I'm saying? So
you fed them. You had a staff.
Everything's free.
You know what I mean? And come on, man, that's the biggest part right there. What other reason do you have not to come as a young player? You know what I mean?
And,
it's free. It ain't gonna cost you no money.
And then Trey, he got the Montre got the $1,000 scholarship on me, the young ball from Edison.
Oh, Montre Gaines.
Yeah,
That's
Montre Gaines got the $1,000 scholarship, and like I planned all of this from prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally. So what people don't realize, like, man, we got a car dealership that's about to donate a car.
There you
go.
go.
Next year we gonna be giving away I don't know the amount on the scholarship dollars, but it's gonna probably go up from 1,000 because this was just this first year. But it's gonna be a car involved, a giveaway, probably to the best player or something like that. We just getting the details worked out, but it's so much stuff that's going on. That's just all we trying to do is just make it fun for the kids and give them resources.
That's
because if I tell you like, AD, man, you need to stop going to that store and stealing, and then you be like, all right, like all right, and then I leave. Yeah, exactly.
Stealing again, G.
Because I'm hungry.
That's right.
So my biggest thing was just, try to give kids resources, to be better and to let them know that it's okay just to be yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be street. You don't have to be none of that, because it's like so many times, bro, us being black.
Yeah.
Like, we are pressured to feel like we have to be somewhat gangster or street.
Yeah.
To fit in.
Yeah. That's definitely a misinterpretation of what tough means.
Yes.
In my opinion.
It is.
You know what I mean? And tough to me is the way you're able to keep saying during your time. And you had enough guts to be you, even when it may have been more popular to be another way. You know what I mean? That's tough.
And I started off another way. And this is the thing, like, I had did enough the other way to when I turned around, people accepted it.
Yeah.
Because they understood. You know what I'm saying? Like, like a lot of times, bro, whenever you try to change your life, sometimes, bro, you might. All right, so in a gang banging environment, you stop gang banging, and the homies is mad. They might beat you up and break your teeth and do all of that.
Yeah, they just don't support it at all.
Because they don't respect you. But the ones that they respect, you know what I'm saying? Or like me, bro, like I just had to do something different, bro, because I had more to offer. And I understood that. Like, and this is the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Like, some people don't have much more to offer than that. And you could say, like, yeah, they do. But when you break down their situation, you know what I'm saying? And from the time 7, all they known is this gang and all of that. And they, mamas don't care, daddies don't care, and they broke. You know what I'm saying? So how can you tell them, anything different?
That's right. They on their own for real.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, until you walk in their shoes, you'll never understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I'm just on some stuff like just trying to give them resources to where they don't have to do that, and show them that it's okay to be something different. Even if your parents or your whoever, you can be whoever you want to be. And that's what it is on everything.
I want to talk hoops with you now, man.
Okay.
When did your athletics career begin? You know what I mean? And was it always only basketball?
I played a little bit of football. Me and Coach Brown was my football coach too. Me.
Eli?
At Edison, yeah.
I ain't know.
Not at Edison, at Nimitz. Yeah, Nimitz.
I never knew my man coach football, man. I'm about to dig in the crates on that.
Really a problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So, what was your position out there, man? Were you always tall?
Yeah, I was tall. I played corner, and I played safety, and I played receiver.
Okay.
And I was play kickoff return on me.
Okay,
but I was just like an athlete though. Like I wasn't just that fast, but I'm gonna juke you. Yeah. I'm tough.
Right.
I'm smart.
You can take a hit.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I ain't even gonna say I could take a hit, but I know how to not get hit. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get down before they get to me. Or I know how to juke you.
Yeah. And
this is a story. All right, I remember Coach Brown. We had practice at Nimitz. This is I'm in 7th grade, and Coach Brown just starting, so he mad. He lined us all up. We running routes, so it's like probably like 5 kids in front of me. He turned them all up. Boom! He pushing them out.
Hey, statute of limitations is up on this already.
Hey, for real though, but he getting them tough though. He wasn't doing nothing but what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying, as a football coach. So
for sure.
he pushing him on the ground. So I get up there. I'm knowing in my head like I'm about to juke Coach.
You knew you about to do him bad.
Hey, bro, and everything I juked the best out of Coach. He said, "No, come back."
Hey man, and there was the whole team laughing? That's the question,
bro. And he was mad.
He was mad.
But the next one, he slammed me.
He lit you up.
Yeah, he did. But that was just a funny story though. But that's how far me and Coach Brown go back, man. It's just like, and like I say, just seeing him win that state championship at Central, and just seeing how far it's just beautiful, man. Like, and that like, it just gave me hope, for real, bro. Like that type of stuff, seeing how far my friends and people that I mess with went, let me know like that could have been me.
Yeah.
And then once I started getting my head on straight in jail, I started realizing like, wow, it's not over with for me.
Nah.
Like I still got something to bring to the table, just in a different way if I do it right.
And you only what, 31 years old?
31 years old.
Oh man, well, I like to think you got more days ahead of you than you do in the previous. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. So when did you pick up that round ball though? When did hoops begin?
I started playing basketball in like first kindergarten, kindergarten.
So that was before the field, huh?
And yeah, cause that's all. Cause like I say, my mom just took us to the Y. We really the first generation of basketball players in my family.
Really?
Yeah, like uncles, and my uncle played ball, but he died before I was born. You know what I'm saying? So
got you.
We the first generation, but my mama always kept a goal in front of the house, and I just fell in love with hooping. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like I would always be in front of the house. I was the youngest one.
Yeah.
And who really developed my game as like, I ain't gonna say developed it, but just being around basketball like as a kid, like Robert Crawford's dad, my Uncle Crawford.
Yeah.
Like he had an AAU team, and I'm the youngest one. I'm coming. Jeremy Jackson, Sean Jackson, Brandon Goff, Kenny Sessions.
There's some names right there.
Who else was on our team? Lateef McMullen.
Ooh, you went way back with Lateef.
Man, who else was on that team? Man, it was like, you know what I'm saying. I'm the youngest one out of everybody, and I'm on the team. You know what I'm saying. So, and every time they blowing somebody out, they putting me in the game.
Yeah.
And like my uncle, he would always say like, man, I'd let you play because you ain't scared out there.
Straight up.
For real, as a kid. and like, that's what he always used to tell my mom. And like, but you see how far Robert took the game of basketball.
Yeah. So
that's the pedigree of basketball I was around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was always serious. You know what I'm saying? And it was never a force to what you had to force me to do the right thing.
Right.
But you didn't have to force me to pick up a basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
the gym was a sanctuary, low key.
For real. And even the coach that kicked me off the team, Coach Crum, on everything. Like,
oh, at Redlands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good dude still. Like, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And when you accept accountability, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But it's just like, he always say, like, Corey is a gym rat. You know, Corey is a gym rat, but I was a gym rat. But when your off the court activities ain't lining up with that, it's gonna throw everything off.
Yeah.
I remember I'm working out at Redlands, and like I had a decent season. My after I came off my red shirt year, I had a decent season. You know what I'm saying? I was averaging probably 10 points. You know what I'm saying? Some 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there. Had a couple of 20-point games. Yeah. You know, I had some highs and lows.
Yeah. So you were just solid.
Exactly. So, but like basically, the point that I'm trying to make, like, I lost my train of thought. But
that's okay. Is it say you took a break, you came back, you say you was averaging what, about 10, 8, 9, something like that. But here's, I gotta throw this out there. While you thinking, you got me thinking, man. When you talked about the on the court not lining up with the off the court, man. Ricky Bruner Jr., man. He's the AD at East Central now. He said he would say whenever it's in reference to one of his players, you know, things not lining up for him on the court. If he had an inclination of the fact that you may not have been doing what you're supposed to do off the court, he would say, that mean you ain't living right. Yeah. If just something ain't going right for you on the court, that mean you ain't living right. And I was like, damn. So it's just hard to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Not necessarily, if the 1 foot out, it don't have to be in the streets. It could just be on something that ain't as productive. But if you half in, half out, How can you maximize?
How can you maximize?
Either way. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the fact that your coach didn't send you home.
Yeah.
And as a coach now, I have a problem. Not to say that I won't do it, because sometimes it's necessary, but I have a problem cutting kids now.
And that's the point I was about to make with Coach Crumbly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he ain't no bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong, and like, he just, like, basically, like, man, he just, yeah, we're gonna have to cut that part out.
I feel you. No one get too real.
But and yeah, but it's just basically like, he ain't no bad guy, but I mean, it's just like, I know I made the decisions like to what ultimately was my despise.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you be mad at somebody for something that you did?
Yeah. Well, you see, a lot of times though, had he sent you home, here's what we think about as coaches a lot of times. If I cut this kid, what's his alternative? Mm-hmm. What am I sending him to? Because maybe it's maybe different at the college level, but at the high school level, it's like a lot of times we know their home lives. We know what they go home to or what they come from. And if it's not great and they already are struggling, this is like a safe haven for them, this basketball thing or football, no matter what the sport is. If we take it from them, now what do they have?
Yeah, coach.
Sometimes that's all you can do though if they cutting up that like that.
Yeah, and I was coming to practice.
Not in the right mind.
Not in the right mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
I
wasn't doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And I was taking it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So feeling entitled. You know what I'm saying? Had a couple of good games, more bad games than good games. But you know what I'm saying? You just,
of course, you ain't thinking like that.
Yeah,
though.
and then it's just like, you don't appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So here, let me take it away from you.
Yeah.
And then when it all got took away from me, then you start to realize, like, wow, what I was doing was really easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
compared to what you're doing
compared
now.
to what I'm doing now, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like yeah, I take all responsibility for it, for like my career, and you know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, accepting responsibility, taking accountability, and I always take the blame. You know what I'm saying? That's how if I throw you the ball and you don't catch it, I'm the type of player, that was my fault.
Yeah. I feel that.
On me.
And I think if everybody would, I heard, this is in sports context, but it's really in life. I can't remember who said it, but they were like, look, man, think about your ideal teammate. Because you ain't got to say it out loud. Like if you were creating a player like you're doing a video game, give me the characteristics of what would make up the perfect teammate in your mind. And then he was like, then you go be that teammate. Yeah. You go be that first, and then it's going to spill over. And I think that's the truth. Now we got to talk parenthood, man. You mentioned way back in the beginning of our conversation, you had a son right
and
before
daughter,
you went in.
And
a daughter right before you. So I know that had to weigh heavily on you during your time there. But, you know, the past was what it was. Now it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Upon getting released from prison, what was it like stepping into fatherhood? For seemingly the first time in their lives, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, because like I say, it was easy because I already knew what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I already knew that was my biggest goal, to be their dad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm still learning as I go. You know what I'm saying? And my son, he probably mad at me right now. You know what I'm saying? Just because kids, they want you to jump through hoops, and I'm jumping through them, but it's just like, at the same time, you got to set boundaries. Everything don't revolve around you, because that's not how the world works. You know what I'm saying? So
we're not homeboy.
Yeah, and not at all.
I love you though.
At all. So I'm just, trying to find balance, and just remembering how I was as a kid. That's my biggest thing. Trying to be lenient and just remember, because a lot of times as parents we forget when we used to lie. Or we used to do stuff we didn't, you know what I'm saying? So I just be remembering what my mind thought was back then, and try to, like, be the man that he can see and want to be like, and then, like, everything that I'm living and I'm speaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
they lining up.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, do the right thing, do this, do that, blah, 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 do this. And everything, when you watch me, it's lining up. So, like, I ain't just trying to, like, say something and do something different. I'm trying to, just keep everything the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like God is good that I was able to, get my eyes open and come out this flawless, because a lot of people couldn't do it, and God had his arms around me, because it wasn't me.
Yeah, and he still got him on you.
Man, it was not me.
Are there any similarities or differences in the way that you father your son versus fathering your daughter?
Yeah, because they too different. You know what I'm saying? And like how I feel like little girls have to, you got to be harder on little girls.
First time I ever heard that one.
And
okay.
I say harder because men is gonna try to work them.
That's true.
Men is gonna try to work them, so you gotta
Definitely
already have them just kind of ready. You know what I'm saying, for that. And like boys, can you just get in the car? You know what I'm saying? But girls is kind of it's different. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, like with my daughter, I'm just trying to just get her to see she don't need no man, and she can do whatever she want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? But my main thing is just showing them that I'm here for them and letting them be them and trying to embrace that and guide them along the way.
That's dope. I love it. I love it. Here's how we're gonna wrap it up. I got two more things I want to hear from you. 31-year-old Corey talking to 23-year-old Corey, man. You know what I mean? Or a kid that fits 23-year-old Corey's description. What message would you give to him?
My message would be stay the course. All right, so if you know you are we're gonna say you a architect, but you don't got a job right now, or something like that, like stay the course. It's gonna be a whole bunch of, but just like, man, to all the basketball players, we gonna keep it basketball. We gonna keep it basketball. So stay the course. Man, my cousin Robert, he didn't even get paid his first year to go play overseas.
Yeah.
He played for free to build tape. And that's amazing to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you know if you love it or not.
So stay the course. And now look at him. You know what I'm saying? And me, I went to prison. And I stayed the course in jail. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I stayed the course. And it was a different course, but I stayed the course. Yeah. And I kept my heart pure. I kept my intentions pure. I kept my nose clean. For real, I finally understood what that meant. Keep your nose clean. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand what it meant until one day I'm laying in my bed in jail like, man, I got to keep my nose clean. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to make some sense to you now. And you got to keep your nose clean. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at with it, man. Just trying to, live when I'm talking.
I feel that. And it was what's amazing to me about advice. A lot of times the simplest pieces of advice are the best ones. A lot of times we be searching for this profound, eloquent speech. It don't even take all that sometimes. Like, keep your nose clean. Or somebody said to me one time, hang in there. And I don't know, for some reason I've heard that 1,000 times, but my adult mind, I computed it differently. Like, that's what that means. All right, here's the last question. In your hoops career, man, any level, whether it's AAU, college, high school, whatever, any team that beat you, that didn't have no business beating you, and if you could go back in time to run it back, you'll go right back to that game.
Boogie T.
Okay.
Boogie T.
What year, man?
2010 at Boogie T.
All right.
At Central, we should have lost that game. Okay. But yeah, at Boogie T, we had that game won on everything.
Hot dog.
And everybody who was at the game know what happened.
This is at the old Boogie T too, huh?
Yes.
Old field house. Hey. I never won over there either.
God. And the person who blew it for us that day, that's my man's, and I still love him.
That's love, because he didn't say his name. My man.
But yeah, that's all love, man. Thank you, bro.
I appreciate you, man. I'm rooting for you. You know what I mean? You got my number. I got yours. Holler if you need. Sure. And I support everything that you represent and everything you out here trying to do. So just take your own advice, man, and stay the course.
Yes, sir.
My boy. Man.
Yeah. My mama been told me don't get no poor performance. And whatever you gon' do, just do it. Never thought about doing music. I was trying to build my phone up. Contact full of drug abusers. Run around with that mask trying to figure out what my cousin doing. Prison with the found out they was selling bricks. Wish I would've knew that I would've been lit. Swear to God, since I was 17, I've been hood.